Fox 61, Connecticut's news station, starts with a weather impact alert.
Well, stop me if you heard this before. Now at 6, we are in for another weather impact alert for severe thunderstorms across the state. Right now, you're getting a live look at East Hartford, Waterbury, and Bridgeport, where they're about to get hit hard with rain. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Jamel Johnson.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. It's the second weather impact alert this week for rain, possibly some damaging winds and even hail. So let's turn things right over to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. She's been keeping a close eye on the radar for hours now. So Rachel, what are you seeing so far?
There are multiple areas that we're watching. There's one cluster of thunderstorms here in southern Connecticut, Fairfield and New Haven counties under a severe thunderstorm warning until 6:15. And then we have this line of thunderstorms stretching from Litchfield County into Hartford, Tolland, and even Windham counties now, also all covered under severe thunderstorm warnings, ranging between 6:15 to about 6:30. Look at all the lightning associated with them. In any one of these storms, we have already seen some isolated reports of wind damage. We've also seen many reports of hail. So even though it's been a very warm to hot day, these thunderstorms are towering and they're reaching temperatures below freezing. And it looks like we just got a new warning in. Let's see where that new warning just came in from. It looks like this warning was just updated here in Litchfield County. Now it goes until 7 o'clock. So back to this warning that I showed you a moment ago. This storm is moving to the east at about 40 miles an hour. It does have the potential to produce some hail. Looks like small hail at the moment. And if we track it out, it's moving towards Madison as we head closer to 6:30. We have this new warning up for this thunderstorm in Litchfield County. The worst part of it around Warren and New Preston. That's heading towards Watertown. And overall, we continue to see these thunderstorms for the next hour or two before we end up getting some reprieve. We'll talk more about it, plus the changes in store the next couple of days coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. We'll download the free Fox 61 News app right now to your device and stay up to date on today's weather impact alert. A shocking announcement this 3-day holiday weekend is shaking things up for some Connecticut beachgoers. Pleasure Beach in Bridgeport will be closed over the weekend and actually for the rest of the summer. Officials have shut it down because multiple species of invasive ticks have been found on the beach. Fox 61's Victoria Anderson shares what city officials are keeping an eye on along the coast.
Connecticut's beaches are a huge summer hotspot for tourists and locals, but one local beach is now having to cancel their summer plans.
The explanation was kind of like, people were like, what? Really? What does that mean?
Prior to peak season, a pesky problem popped up on Pleasure Beach. Well, two problems.
One is this new invasive species, the Asian longhorn tick.
Quinnipiac Assistant Professor Sarah Lawson explains that even though the ticks may be tiny in size, they pack a large bite filled with the possibility of infectious disease.
It can be spread on humans and also any of our domestic animals.
The second reason is a rise in endangered bird species that calls this vacation spot home.
Having a little break so that they can nest in peace, have as many babies as possible.
Salt marshes run down the coast, a key pit stop for migrating birds from across the country.
Beaches are an incredibly unique and valuable ecosystem.
Even with explanation, some locals just see it as another loss.
No, Bridgeport doesn't have much, and so things like that, when you take something away from them, I think it just compiles how Bridgeport's attitude is in general.
We met Gary on his way to cast out on the beach pier before finding that too was closed.
A good place to conversate with fellow fishermen and feel safe.
With years of memories and hopefully a few good catches in the future, Gary hopes to see the city keep their promise.
A lot of people just think that it's just another way of Bridgeport cutting funding, and they look around and they see Steel Point being built up and they see the little things being taken away.
The city says they're hoping to welcome back visitors to Pleasure Beach sometime next summer. Reporting in Bridgeport, Victoria Anderson, Fox 61.
You want jerk chicken or brown stew chicken?
Well, a small Hartford restaurant is working to make a big impact with the neighborhood kids this summer. Now that classes are out, many students are missing out on school lunches. So one family-owned spot is changing all of that. Here's Fox 61's Jim Altman.
Well, it's not on the menu here at the 881 Grab and Go in Hartford, but what's not on the menu is definitely all in good taste. It's lunch hour at the 881 Grab and Go in Hartford.
Healthy ingredients.
And for school break,
What's up? What's up?
they've come up with a fix.
You want jerk chicken or brown stew chicken?
Owner Gabe Boyd has made sure of that.
And you get yourself a bottle of water, please, ladies.
Gabe, who runs the restaurant with wife PJ, has gone a bit out of the box by brown bagging it. It's a simple initiative called Summer Snack Packs.
It's just been nothing but love in this community. It really is a beloved community. How's the summer going? Good. And as I work in two of the schools, two correct schools, I've noticed when I give out snacks that a lot of students hoard snacks. You guys want goldfish or plain chips with no school lunches and no breakfast, no lunch, and a community that could possibly need it? There's a need. We want to fulfill a need.
Off New Britain Avenue, it's Caribbean food with a Philly flair. Free to any kid who comes to the counter.
We offer rice and peas or white rice or jollof rice, some cabbage, some plantain, then they get the choice between chicken or something vegan.
And here it appears that setting the table the rest of the summer is the best way to pay it forward.
Like, this is not a money thing. This is something that you're paying with your heart, your value. You know what I mean? Your value system have to be there. Your morals have to be there. Like, it's dope.
It's good for a place like this to show the community that they're here to help them.
We've been blessed to be here. We've been blessed by this community. We want to be able to give back to this community.
And as long as school is out, this program will stay on. They tell us they average about 20 to 30 snack packs per day during the summer. In Hartford, Jim Altman, Fox 61.
President Donald Trump's July 4th deadline has been met. The House of Representatives passed the big, beautiful bill, and he's now ready to sign it into law. It was a long night of arm twisting, though, and a marathon speech today. Rebecca Castor has the latest from Washington.
Yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
You could call House Speaker Mike Johnson a miracle worker after wrangling his party to pass President Trump's key legislative policy, the One Big Beautiful Bill.
And we are delivering on our promise to make America great again.
Every single Democrat stands in strong opposition to this bill because we're standing up for the American people.
Democrats did everything they could to delay things, including a record-breaking nearly 9-hour speech from House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries before the final vote.
Donald Trump's deadline may be Independence Day. That ain't my deadline. We don't work for Donald Trump. We work for the American people.
The colossal bill makes Trump's 2017 tax cuts permanent, includes no tax on tips or overtime, increases funding for the border and the military, but also raises the debt ceiling and makes cuts to Medicaid and SNAP programs.
President Trump has been right there talking to our members, walking them through why this bill is so important.
Vice President J.D. Vance weighed in on X, posting, "Congrats to everyone. At times I even doubted we'd get it done by July 4th, but now we've delivered big tax cuts and the resources necessary to secure the border." In the end, 2 House Republicans voted against it.
It's not Republican priorities. It adds to the debt and the deficit.
The White House says President Trump will sign the big, beautiful bill on July 4th at 5 p.m. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox 61.
Governor Ned Lamont released a statement shortly afterward. He says, quote, "Our administration is dedicated to doing what we can do to mitigate some of the impact of what this bill will cause. But with the federal administration insistent on eliminating critical safety nets, it's going to be nearly impossible for any state to backfill the billions in federal cuts we're going to face. In the coming days, our administration will be analyzing this bill to determine how it will affect services in Connecticut, as well as its impact on our state's budget, and we'll be meeting with our colleagues in the General Assembly to discuss the next steps."
And a 4th person has been charged for being involved in the April 26th Ansonia Street takeover. 21-year-old Matthew Kinney of Rhode Island faces riot risk of injury and racing charges. Police say he turned himself in on Monday. He is out on bond and due in court later this month. Detectives are still looking for others who were involved.
New tonight, a few people, including a firefighter, are recovering from injuries they got during a house fire. Now that New London fire is under investigation. Officials say a Shaw Street home went up in flames just before 9:45 this morning. We're told a person was trapped and had to be rescued from the second story. They're recovering from serious injuries tonight, and one firefighter is out of the hospital after they were hurt. Crews contained the fire to the second floor. As a result, the Red Cross is helping 3 people who are without a home.
And a part of I-91 South in North Haven is closed due to a shooting investigation. State police say it happened near exit 10 around 1:20 this afternoon. No injuries have been reported. Officials ask drivers to seek alternate routes. We'll provide updates as they become available.
The city of Waterbury fulfilled Fox 61's public records request today about the Brass Mill Center's fire inspections from the last 5 years. We dug through those records, and here's what we found. Like our team confirmed Monday, the emergency exits and lighting have been fixed. The report shows there have been no other emergency exit violations since 2020. There were many little infractions, but Waterbury's fire marshal says every building has minor issues. The mall manager was told it needs to implement an annual fire alarm panel and sprinkler system inspection.
And out of a Fox follow-up, the Stirrup Fun Stables Rescue in Lebanon has 13 of its horses back right now. This comes after the state had custody of them for a month and a half. Attorney General William Tong and the state's agricultural department accused horse rescue owner Gianna Prink of neglect and cruelty back in May. They claimed the horses lacked adequate shelter and water. The court says the state did not have evidence to prove it likely happened, so the horses were returned this morning.